just a play with no rehearsal. So, cause Eddie's a lie. Hey, I'm telling you the truth. Hey, I told you this was gonna happen. Hey, y'all better start believing me. Hey, barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Don't forget to join my Patreon. Just Google barbershop conversations on Patreon, man. I'm going ham on that shit this year, man. I'm committed to the Patreon because I can say what the heck I want to say on it. And I'm excited about that, man. And don't forget, every night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we go live. So by the time this video comes out, we'll be live. So anyhow, man, if I'm not going to say I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, man. It was a bait and switch. It was the lead in, man. And no one wanted to believe me. Fred hates Eddie Hearn. Fred hates the zone. Save the people money. I told you this was a bait and switch, and they don't have enough money to sustain themselves. I've had so many conversations with people. They don't believe me. But I know how to count dollars. $1 plus $1 equals $2. You know, you don't go into a deal like, hey, we're $1 million long-term goal. We're $500 million short, but we have 100 million, so we need 400 million. It's okay. We're going to get the 400 million. Don't worry about it. Advertisement, subscriptions don't go as planned. You understand what I'm saying? The zone may have over leveraged themselves. They're going to fall on their face. And next thing you know, 9 months later, 10 months later, a year later, maybe a year and a half from now, Eddie Hearn is going to be a promoter for Al Heyman. I'm telling you, dog. That's how it's going to happen, dog. That's how it's going to happen, man. I told you, man. $10 ain't real. You can't sustain it. Paying Canelo $35 million. It can't sustain itself. And but let's get into the particulars, man. They went from $9.99 to $20 a month, and now to $50 a month. And people say, "Oh, it's just them raising prices." Yeah, but no one pays $50 a month for one channel. No one pays $50 a month for one channel, man. We pay what, $17 a month for Showtime, or $13, and now it's so competitive. Stars right now, you get 6 months for $19.99, and I'm about to buy that so I can catch up on season 6 of. I haven't even watched one episode of Power, so I'm definitely gonna catch up on that. And I know Ghost died. The son, I see the memes and shit on social media, but I'm definitely gonna catch up on that. Shout out to Amari, man. Amari was a great asset to me when I was a school teacher, man. Shout out to Ghost, man. Good dude, man. Good brother. And yeah, man, it's just I told y'all this day was coming. No one won't believe me, because every time when a business deal comes in hand, I wish I could screen share, man. I'm online right now looking at property. You know, I want to dump some money early in the year, so I got no pressures late in the year. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the realities of it, man. So what's gonna happen now? Fighters on DAZN. If you got stuff left on your deal, I'm gonna do a part 2 on this video. Video may be rushed because we're going live in 15 minutes, but I want to get this out and just start the conversation in the boxing community. If you have a deal left on DAZN, this year you might be good. So you may want to get all your fights in this year. If they're paying you, great. I hope they are. Hopefully all your deals are squared off. But if you have like 10 fights, you understand? If I'm Canelo, I may want a buyout. I may want a $150 million buyout. If I'm Canelo, for real, what I got, 270 million left on my deal. I asked for a $150 million buyout. They'll gladly do it. You understand what I'm saying? The Canelo walks away with 150 million easy. It's like when they do it. They did it to Colin Kaepernick. They did it to Carmelo Anthony in Houston, I believe, or something like that. You know, where's a play option and he resigns for that big lump sum contract, and they tell him, we ain't gonna play you, we gonna sit you on the bench, we'll buy you out. It happens every year in the NBA season. And NBA players like, man, I don't want to be disrespected, so I'm just gonna stay. It's kind of like Chris Paul. Chris Paul's making what 30 something, maybe close to $40 million. He ain't opting out of that $40 million. You know what I mean? Especially with 2 years left on the deal. You understand what I'm saying? So he just gonna take that 35 million. But if you're Canelo and you got what 8 more fights, which is probably 4 more years, and you can get $150 million just to walk away, and Showtime will pick you up and still pay you $20 million. It's a great deal. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, um, DAZN, as Jamal Charlo calls it. What's the name of it? DAZN? No, it's not even spelled right. As I told you guys, a couple years from now, they're gonna be doing small shows and not really big shows. Big shows are gonna have to be built. Um, they could do well at the 2020 Olympics in terms of signing fighters, and but you can totally tell how they're doing. And Sky Sports is kind of holding them back from the UK market. Eddie Hearn is kind of the linchpin in that. The Zone made a huge mistake. And I alluded to when I asked the CEO or the CFO or the president, whoever he is, the kid from Alabama that got fired from here, John Skipper. I says Americans will be more likely to listen to your voice than to listen to Eddie Hearn's voice. You understand what I'm saying? And he didn't read between the lines and didn't answer the question correctly, but the intelligent people got the point I was making. And but I'm not saying the Zone is going out. I really don't want the Zone to go out of business, but they don't have $1 billion. You mean you just got out of year one and you're going to raise prices 150%? It don't add up if you got $1 billion. You got an 8-year plan, 6-year plan, Eddie. Eddie Hearn made a huge mistake by coming out here very pompous and big dreams. I love a man who dreams. I love a man who has ambitions. But wisdom is such a key to success. You can have all the information in the world. You can be as smart as you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? The graveyard has the most intelligent people in the world, man. You understand the most intelligent some of the most intelligent people I know smoke cigarettes. Some of the most intelligent people I know drink every day. Some of the most intelligent people are 100 pounds overweight. So wisdom, the application of intelligence, putting intelligence into a pragmatic usage, you understand, is so essential. And Eddie Hearn came over to America without the wisdom. He just saw, hey, I'm gonna tell you exactly what Eddie Hearn thought. Uh, I'm gonna tell you exactly what he thought. He says, well, because he's dealt with PBC a few times, right? Between Kell Brook and Anthony Joshua's opponents, he says, damn, they don't have promotional contracts. And if I offer them $4 million each fight, I think I can sign them. But Al Heyman has built uh, a compassionate and empathetic and a real relationship with these fighters. You understand what I'm saying? And Eddie Hearn just came waving money. But when you take a kid that's came out the hood and give him his first car, give him his first million, um, and give him the roadmap to having money forever, generational wealth, it's gonna be hard for that man to leave. I don't care what ethnicity you are. You got Leo Santa Cruz naming uh his child after him. You have Deontay Wilder turning down guaranteed money 3-fight deal. Um, um, you got the Charlo brothers. I've seen their contract turn down millions. Adrian Broner made his contract public. And the list goes on and on, man. He's done his part in terms of fiscally compensating and protecting his fighters. That being Al Heyman, and it's so hard when you have and people say how realistic is it? You can totally tell by the competition. Eddie Hearn comes over here high and mighty with uh with tank loads of money. You got Bob Arum, who has 40 plus years of experience. You have Spatula, who has years of experience and loses his fighters. Um, um, and they still can't penetrate the market space. How many fighters has gone over? Daniel Jacobs, uh, uh, that's it. Daniel Jacobs, Vargas. I'm talking about and getting contracts. Chavez didn't have a contract because he had just had a one fight deal. He obviously can go back there and get more money, but Vargas, Mikey Garcia is a one fight deal, so that's basic. Mikey Garcia, that's how he moves. But Mikey Garcia has learned a lot from the business model, and he's implementing to in his life. Not only is Mikey Garcia getting money at the top, he's getting money at the bottom. He's gonna have 3 or 4 fighters on the card. You understand what I'm saying? So I think we need to be cognizant of what's going on. Um, um, I'm excited for the future of boxing. I love the competitiveness of boxing. I like when Eddie Hearn came over here and it was real contentious and real competitive. I actually enjoyed that, but no longer are they saying pay per view is dead, especially if they're charging $20 a month, which is equivalent to $240, which is equivalent to 3 pay per views, right? And by and large, that's probably going to be the average, right? Maybe 4, 2 Errol Spence, 2 Deontay Wilder, so probably 4 this year, probably 1 Errol Spence, 2 Deontay Wilder. D, please squeeze in the third one in the fall and winter, because I know you probably gonna hit somebody, gonna knock somebody out in July. So maybe we can get another one in maybe December or something like that. That'll be beautiful. You know what I mean? But I know his body's going through it. But anyway, shit, back to back to back fights. As I digress. Yeah, man, I'm interested to see how they move. You know, what they didn't do, and I'm gonna be as real as y'all can be. I could take it with or without it. They didn't consult with a person like me. And you say, who the fuck are you? I've made millions in this market space. I understand boxing from a fiscal standpoint. I understand how to promote in America. And not me per se, my profile of me. Excuse me, my profile of me. I already have an engraved audience in terms of the market share, right? Um, do you want to be popular or do you want to be profitable? See, they thought they were just going off sheer numbers. Eddie Hearn, literally just sheer numbers. Oh, Fight Hype has this many subscribers. Seconds Out have this many subscribers. This company has this many subscribers, but they don't know that I'm someone with my profile is I'm probably the only YouTube channel that can get 300 people to show up. Facts, probably. You know, what I mean, I'm talking about that covers fights. You know, what I mean, I don't know if any other channel has ever done that before. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that they didn't. They were just going off of popular. They didn't go off the pulse. They didn't understand the profit margins. And now Eddie Hearn opened up Atlanta. Sheesh. It's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be hard because not only are they making money from networks, they have bubbling nestles of like audiences that they're keening into now. You understand what I'm saying? Atlanta, they going to Nashville. Is it Nashville? They're going to Nashville for Caleb Plant. They opening up all these markets, and then you're just gonna see boxing all over America. And you say, why is that important? Because you got to go to Nashville. That's a half million. That's a half million new boxing fans. You go to Atlanta. That's a million new boxing fans. You know what I mean? You go to where they going next. I don't know where they're going next, but those are two before the end of February, 2 market spaces between last week and February 15th. Al Heyman has opened up 2 market spaces. You understand what I'm saying? Um, Eddie Hearn believes he found his niche in the Mexican market. He's going after more pesos than anything. You can totally tell from the Mikey Garcia, Chavez, and they have money as well. You understand? But if they don't match them well and Mexicans aren't winning, it's going to be really, really hard to sustain it because he doesn't have the depth chart. He doesn't have second and third strings in his lineup. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very interested to see what happens next. We'll sit back and see. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 to this because I told you guys this was happening and everyone called me a hater. But let me tell you something. When you've done deals for $3, it's the same thing as doing a deal for $3 million. You got to have those $3 and you got to have that $3 million and you got to know where the money is coming from. You got to show proof of funds. You got to have a credit score. You got to have vision. You got to have long-term plans. The long-term plan ain't, I got money, I'm coming. That was DAZN and Eddie Hearn's plan. I got money and I'm coming. I told you guys, I'm not even gonna go back into my old videos, but y'all go watch my old videos from last June and last July, about 18 months ago. And y'all gonna be like, man, so all y'all fighters, y'all want some financial literacy? Holla at me. DM me. I got you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just being king. I'm gonna charge you now. I'm not gonna sit down with you for fucking 36 hours and not charge you. But hey, I can show you my real profile and you move forward. You understand what I'm saying? Because it don't make sense. You take punches in your head for 10 years and you ain't got a multi-million-dollar portfolio. That shit makes no sense. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, barbershop conversation. We going live right now. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.